Rockstar once deleted almost 200 cars overnight and then started selling them back to you for real world money. Rockstar Games has been running GTA Online for over 10 years now. In that time, they've dropped dozens of updates, new heists, businesses, cars, and new ways to make money. Some of them get released and the community just turns on them. And I don't mean it's fine turns on them, I mean people literally uninstalling the game and years later still bringing it up as an example of everything wrong with GTA Online. And the last update we talk about in this video is downright the most single worst update in this game. So stick around, because if you've put any real time into GTA Online, you already know exactly which one I'm talking about. Or maybe you don't, and that's why you need to hear this. Bottom dollar bounties came out in summer of 2024. The pitch was fun and pretty simple. You become a bounty hunter. You buy a bail enforcement office, hunt down criminals, and drag them in for cash, almost like a cowboy, like Red Dead Redemption. That office alone wasn't cheap though. Once you factored in agents, upgrades, and armor for your van, players were looking at close to $5 million just to open the business. In GTA Online, every business is just a financial risk. You invest your hard-earned cash expecting a return on your time, but when players did the math on bottom dollar bounties, they realized you were literally burning money by playing it. The standard bounties paid somewhere between $35,000 to $45,000, and after each one you were locked out for a 48-minute cooldown. The one bounty actually worth chasing, the highest paying most wanted job, only refreshed once per day. So even if you had 4 hours free and wanted to grind, the game simply wouldn't let you. Imagine dropping $5 million on a shiny new property only to get paid $35,000 for 20 minutes of work. You literally make more money stealing random cars off the street. You're basically paying millions of dollars just for the privilege of driving a slow van back and forth on repeat. And people online were not happy at all. People complained about annoying repeating dialogue, nerfed features, and quietly removed lines. Warehouse staff lost their voice lines entirely. The game made you sit through the same introduction speech from your handler. Rockstar even banned certain words from players' organization names, prompting one Reddit user to sum up the whole update in a single word: stupid. When a business costs millions of dollars to enter and pays pennies to run, it's not just boring, it's a complete disrespect of your time and effort. Bottom dollar bounties left players feeling scammed out of their hard-earned cash, but what's coming next took predatory game design to a whole new level. Let's rewind all the way back to 2018 to an update that honestly had one of the coolest ideas GTA Online has ever had: Arena Wars. Picture Mad Max, cars with spikes and flamethrowers welded onto them, smashing into each other in a destruction derby type arena, while a TV announcer hypes up the crowd. When it was first announced, players were genuinely excited. You'd build insane battle vehicles, wreck other players, and climbed a brand new ranking system while doing it. The idea was genuinely great, but the monetary stakes made it a total trap. To even step foot in the arena competitively, the buy-in cost was astronomical. Just to buy the arena workshop, the property you needed to unlock any of it, ran anywhere from just under $1 million to over $4 million. And this was before you'd even bought a single vehicle. You'd then have to buy these battle vehicles on top of that and spend millions more upgrading them. A single fully upgraded car could easily cost you between $3 to $4 million. And what was at stake if you won a chaotic 10-minute match? About $10,000. So you would have to win hundreds of matches just to break even on a single vehicle. Then came the ultimate disrespect to players' time: the arena points system. Unlocking basic cosmetic items and vehicle discounts required hundreds of hours of non-stop grinding. This wasn't an update you could speed through over the weekend, this was hundreds of hours. And the fastest way to actually earn those points wasn't even playing the matches properly. It was spinning an in-game Wheel of Fortune between rounds at $5,000 a spin, gambling on a random shot at bonus points. Rockstar had basically bolted a slot machine onto a mode that already didn't pay. Players quickly realized Rockstar had designed a system where you either treat the game like a second full-time job or pull out your real-life credit card to buy shark cards. And the results were crazy. Players revolted and walked away because nobody wanted to gamble millions on a mode with zero payout. The lobbies emptied out almost overnight. Some players even reported waiting 20 minutes or longer just to find a single match, and eventually just gave up entirely. If you bought into the arena war early, your rewards was a garage full of $5 million cars you could never use because nobody was left to play with you. One player summed it up perfectly: this trash, lackluster anniversary mode dressed up as a DLC. Arena Wars wasn't just a flop, flop. It was a multi-million-dollar money pit that punished anyone foolish enough to invest in it. But as bad as losing millions of fake dollars was, nothing compares to what Rockstar did next, because the most hated GTA Online update of all time didn't just drain your bank account, it stole things you already owned. This update is one that people are still furious about it years later. The update where it changed from greedy mechanics into outright community betrayal, and I'm talking about San Andreas Mercenaries. Released in summer of 2023, this update was hyped as a massive summer blockbuster with new military story missions and aircraft upgrades. Instead, it became the most infamous update in GTA Online history. Why? Because for the first time ever, Rockstar didn't just add overpriced content. Remember what I said at the start of the video? This is the one. They actively stripped away content players had spent 10 years collecting overnight without a warning. Rockstar deleted nearly 190 vehicles from the in-game cars website. Almost 200 cars, fan favorites, classic rides, beginner vehicles, poof, gone. Some of those weren't obscure junk either. The Sterling GT, a genuinely competitive car in the game's meta at the time, vanished from sale alongside everything else. If you hadn't bought those cars yet, years of accessibility were completely wiped out. You simply weren't allowed to buy them anymore. The only ways left to get your hands on one of these were the weekly rotations at Simeon's, a lucky spin of the casino's lucky wheel, or winning it off the podium at the LS Car Meet. Pure chance and patience. For cars you used to be able to buy outright, the reaction on Reddit was pure outrage. One player wrote, "This is disgusting, absolutely disgusting." But then came the real kick in the teeth. Rockstar didn't delete those cars to save space, they started trickling them back into the game locked behind GTA Plus, their real paid monthly subscription. Think about what was at stake here. Content that was a few $1,000s to buy and in the game for 10 years was suddenly held hostage behind a monthly real-world paywall. One Reddit post called it for what it was, an optimization of the revenue stream. To pile on even further, Rockstar targeted solo players by nerfing payphone hits, increasing the cooldown from 20 minutes to 48 minutes and cutting solo money-making potential in half. Players calculated it would now take roughly 100 real-life hours just to complete basic challenges that used to take a fraction of that. The new story content wasn't any better either. To even unlock the new Avenger missions, you needed the aircraft itself, $3,450,000 plus another $1,450,000 for the operation upgrades. That's nearly $5 million in setup costs before you'd even played a single mission. And you might be thinking, how much did those missions pay out? Well, if you completed all of them, your total payout was $250,000. You'd have to run that entire mission set roughly 20 times over just to break even on the upgrades alone. They deleted 200 cars, locked them behind real-world subscription money, destroyed solo payouts, and gave us weak, repetitive missions in return. One blunt Reddit comment called the entire update one big pile of San Andreas Mercenaries proved to players that no matter how many hundreds of hours or dollars you invest into GTA Online, Rockstar can and will delete your favorite content overnight if it helps their bottom line. It didn't just fail to deliver, it shattered players' trust forever, and that's why it stands as the undisputed kings of terrible updates. So there you have it, bottom dollar bounties where your time and money were rewarded with pocket change, Arena Wars, a multi-million-dollar trap designed to drain your bank accounts into a ghost town, and San Andreas Mercenaries, the update that proved Rockstar was willing to steal content back from its most loyal players for profit. When you look at it like that, it's not just about bad video game updates. It's about how much disrespect a player base is willing to take before they finally say enough is enough.